know what? Might as well finish the game. I mean, I'm definitely in a good mood because I can just upload that prior video to YouTube in like 10-15 minutes, so it'll be done and perhaps even finish processing by the time this video is done. Instead of taking like 70, 85 minutes to process video footage, along with however long I need to spend doing editing work. You know, there are definitely reasons why I seldom do editing on this channel. But I thought it was of use, since my prior Rogue State playthroughs had just been so long as I just stared at options and considered things. But I guess I have so much game familiarity now where I don't need to spend that much time debating. Speaking of not spending much time, I don't really think there's any need for me to do anything here. Just get right to it. Fucking, I'm rich. It is Basenji's National Day. The media is wondering what celebrations you have planned. Well, I could spend money. Or have the communications minister make preparations. Yay. And Basenji citizens are increasingly identifying as liberals, are they? Parade called the best ever. You know, I can probably stop spending money on the disaster relief fund. I've got 172 million in there. I'll just put an extra little 1 million in there, token. I might not ever get an event that takes from that for the rest of this playthrough. Which, a little aggravating, but fuck it, fine. We'll just celebrate by getting myself another drone. At this point, you know, I've got so much money on hand, I could easily just start shoveling it into Swiss Bank. And imagine if I had that mass counterfeiting operation as well, generating an extra 40 million from that per turn every time I use that. Even though it risks harming relations with the US, a big deal risk. Along with having some upkeep per turn. I think it's like 5 upkeep. It doesn't say that on the list, but whenever you actually bought it, it'll show you. It can definitely add a lot more money. That's how I ended up having, like, my last playthrough of this game, where I had the weapons of mass destruction, didn't have to worry about America attacking me, or the UN trying to depose me, had the most experience points ever. Like, I had so much money in my Swiss bank account, because I had no fear of reprisal. I just kept printing money. It was glorious. The United States was pissed. And I loved it. Anyway, we're pretty good. Khorifi unemployment has climbed as high as 15% and is dragging down the rest of your nation's economy. The people are looking to the government to provide a plan to address this crisis. So, I can order my trade commissioners to prioritize the promotion of Khorifi exports over all others, which will severely aid the GDP. And doesn't have a negative. Doesn't really increase capitalist support, but okay, let's make use out of them. Capitalists will get happy on their own, especially with the good, strong GDP. Also, capitalist support has gone up. Economy a meaningful concern for today's Basenjis. Jobs and taxes rated as the country's top priorities. 14%. And double-digit representation for the Liberals as well. GDP at green, or is it still stagnant? It's still stagnant, some bitch. Don't really feel like adjusting these things around, although I most assuredly could. I mean, why not have a death penalty? Death penalty, closed-circuit television surveillance. I mean, this really doesn't help me on either front, but I think we need a death penalty. Unions could be prohibited, too. But nah, I'll give them some power. Fundamentalists are doing alright. Why don't we no longer ban alcohol? I'll say that we have an alcohol tolerance, I think. We've banned alcohol for so long that we can afford to cut loose here a bit, I think. Prosecution budget, legal backlog. Why don't we just go ahead and give myself a model court? And we'll even start running a police state. I mean, yeah, sure, I'm spending money on this, but I have the money to spare. We'll still give homeless shelters and disability grants. We'll still put a little bit in the disaster relief fund. Nah. Who am I kidding. Not anymore. And we'll definitely have that legalized gambling. We'll keep minimum wage there, though, and special permission visas. Really don't feel like adjusting these. Or unionization. Yep. So basically, all I did was adjust around values for people that I have 100% support with anyway. The Patriots absolutely love me. Fundamentalist and liberal support has slipped a bit, but I'm so good on them anyway that I don't much care. Capitalist support, that'll get better when the GDP gets better, I swear. I could fix things by lowering taxes. We give more jobs and increase the GDP. You know what? I feel like having a celebration. This month, 1% tax rate. I know. It's insane. Good guy. Good woman. Look at her. So generous. I can safely say that I've not done a playthrough with that. I'm showing off for the purposes of this recording. This is hard mode, by the way, everyone, just in case you've forgotten. Let's buy another drone, too. Tax rate 1%. Merry Christmas! The city of Majimara is seeking approval to build new water reservoirs to accommodate its growing population. This will severely reduce the amount of water available for nearby rural villages. This will upset either fundamentalists or liberals. That's... Well, let's upset the fundies. Then go to hell. Alright. Is Farouk sporting a new hairstyle? I apparently delivered on promise to cut taxes. People are already planning how they will spend the extra money. Good for you, everyone. Did that fix the GDP, by the way? Yes, it sure did. Awesome. My strategy was a total success. Tax rate, you get the fuck back up there. Hope you folks enjoyed that. Oh, good times. Tariq, how's everything going, buddy?
Excellent.
Do I?
Nothing but irrelevant.
How?
Excellent.
Any?
Excellency.
Everything's great. I am the best ruler. We're about to have another speech, everyone. An awe-inspiring rare seahorse was discovered in a reef very close to a seaport under construction. Environmentalists are calling for you to put a hold on further construction in light of the discovery. So I can hold all construction and dedicate the reef as a national wildlife preserve, which will cause capitalists to throw a hissy fit, and my approval with them increases slower than all the other factions. That tourism thing really isn't going to give me that much money until the end of the game. I could order the seaport to be completely redesigned to minimize the impact of the seahorse population. I could utilize my environmental policy paper and not spend that much money, or accelerate production of the seaport. My GDP is already green, so I'm not too concerned about this. Let's just attempt to relocate the seahorse population. I'm a nice guy. We'll spend the 5 million. Speech, 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 speech.
The honorable Basenji people, my fellow countrymen and women, my beloved citizens, I address you.
Everyone knows. I mean, we've delivered all these lines, I think. I don't think I've said the American warmongers realize. What the hell? Let's open it with that.
The American warmongers realize they cannot invade every country in the world, and are thinking twice about crossing the great nation of Basenji.
Damn right.
We will defend ourselves against imperialist aggressors with the might of our blessed armies.
Damn right. Eat it, imperialist aggressors. Eat it. Patriots are gonna love the shit out of me.
Second, we shall raise statues in the capital depicting the greatness of our country and its leader, which would be, me.
I've never picked that one before. I think it's one of the screenshots on the game store page. People loved it.
It is with a full heart that I say to you all, our people will put their steadfastness into the works of peace and human culture. This is our desire. We hope for it, and we believe
The second option would probably be more fitting, but I'm pretty sure I delivered that last speech. So we'll just pick that option instead. Great. People fucking loved it. They just ate it up. Patriots are like, that shit's a fucking tits. Fucking amazing. Speeches are the fucking bomb. Okay, this will be a very eventful year. We're going to have some separatism strike up. And this will be our final year preparation before Farouk makes his undoubtedly ill-fated attempt at attempting to take over this country. Now, I will be pursuing a different strategy for the Karifi separatist. I am going to outright reject them. I have never denied them the vote before. And I am looking to discover where the world takes me. My prediction is that they're going to get a bit uppity, and I might have a crisis on my hands as a result from it. I'm looking forward to putting them down. Let's celebrate putting them down. Fuck democracy. That's an entirely different game. You still love me.
How is morale within our armed forces?
If you don't mind me saying, the troops love you. They will follow your orders faithfully.
You're goddamn right they will.
Thanks.
I'm the fucking boss. There's some... Oh, fuck. There are several cases of a deadly new flu virus labeled M2H1 reported in Haima this week. This virus typically only manifests visible symptoms midway through its long 2-week incubation period and has the potential to be very dangerous. I've not had this event pop up in the same situation where I've had the financial crisis and vice versa. But, we're not, we're gonna eat the cost here. Well, we're gonna increase healthcare funding to fully manage the spread of this disease. I can afford it. It's not a big deal. I'll get over it. I have 519 banked loyalty points. Keep it going. Karifi separatists are holding several patients in a rural hospital hostage. They are demanding $40 million in the release of 7 Karifi political prisoners. Sent in our special unit. The hostages were all successfully rescued. The Karifi separatists are dead. That's right. Oh, and they're a little bit upset about that. At an informal gathering of the Karifi Commission on the future of Basenji, local community leaders voted in favor of Karif declaring itself an independent theocratic republic. Although there is no precedent to recognize the legitimacy of the Karifi Commission, this has captured the imagination of the 24-hour news cycle and has received a lot of traction on social media. Secessionist nationalists in the Karif region are calling for a public referendum on whether to stay as part of Basenji. This has escalated tensions between ethnic Basenjis and ethnic Karifis in our country. The media is reporting on many incidents of violence and discrimination as resentment between the two groups grows. If such a referendum occurs and Karifis vote in favor of separation, both countries would face shockwaves reverberating through our financial markets. With a quarter less people and a GDP that would be more than 23% lower, we have to face the unpleasant reality that Basenji without Karif would not carry the same economic political weight internationally. The time is now for Basenji's transitional government to weigh in on this issue. On the one hand, for the first time in over a century, the Karifis may have an opportunity for autonomy. It is uncertain, however, if this is something most Karifis want. On the other hand, we would likely be sacrificing one stable country for 2 unstable countries, and few would benefit. This much is certain: if we do not address the issue one way or another, further violence is inevitable. So, I've, in all my playthroughs, I have promised the people a referendum, and in one of the playthroughs, my first one, I wasn't sure of my Karifi support. I'd seen a lot of events that decreased it, and I pretty much spent money and told them to go fuck themselves. All the other times, I let them vote, and they voted to stay with me. It is one of the avenues you can use to gain support when Farouk attempts his coup. I will also say that Tariq has an event along that chain as well, which apparently has been patched to actually display correctly on hard. I don't know what's going to appear whenever I choose to outlaw secessionism. We will only succeed as a single, unified country. Nothing. for now. Day 3 of hospital standoff. CTU assaults hospital, rescues all. But I will prepare for sure. I have plenty of money in the bank. We're going to go ahead and get a tank brigade for free. It will cost $5 billion per turn in upkeep, but let's have it there. I think I'd always wondered what this was. This might actually be Grimith. Whenever it, like, does the whole thing here. Okay, let me rephrase that, because I didn't make a sentence that made sense. That has not been here up to this point, I don't think. But in other playthroughs I've had, those lines haven't been crossed out in that color, or maybe they have been. Point being that I believe this is actually the nation that's tried to separate from Basenji, and we're gonna keep them there. They ain't going anywhere. Oh no, they're not going anywhere. So yeah, the tank brigade costs a whopping $3 million. I think I said 5 in ongoing costs. We're gonna get another unit of drones as well. We have a whopping 12. We are going to keep Basenji under tight control. Environmentalists are deeply concerned about industrial pollution in Basenji's rivers. Ah, fine. Fucking fine. What? Fine, I can... Fucking damn needy people. Here, tax rate, 13%. Be happy. Yodeling River too toxic to swim. Damn it. I might implement highway mobile phone free lanes. Yay! Mobile phone free lanes. Woot. Excellency, it is time for you to consider the long-term energy mix for our beloved country. From where will Basenji obtain its electricity? Yes, you get a pretty awesome option. If, you, have built a hydro dam or got nuclear weapons. Otherwise, you can throw down a bunch of money to get cabinet loyalty. Or upset people. Let's just focus on hydroelectric power. It's what I got. It'll make the capitalists happy. Speaking of happy, the minister is very pleased that I lowered the tax rate. And I gained plenty more support with fundamentalists all over again. How about we just go ahead and up that tax rate again? Yep. The Yodeling Dam provides enough power to export across the region. Such power. Let's celebrate. Give me another tank brigade. I mean, I have plenty of money. Hell, why don't we get a, another unit of drones, too? Lucky number 13, baby. A popular cleric is blaming our high divorce rate on government's reluctance to fully embrace the literal values set in the old ways. Criticism of the government is unacceptable. Have him in prison. He may have a point. Let us implement policies to make divorce a non-attractive option. I pretty much pick this option, I think, every single time, because I'm like, where's the penalty in it? And I've never been punished thus far. I'm going to imprison him. I'll play one of my cards to increase fundamentalist support, but I'm not going to take his shit. No one criticizes my government, not after what I've done. What of the family? Family can get fucked. And with that, liberals have actually chewed into fundamentalist support. Perhaps the two are allying together, seeing the injustices that I have caused. Such grave injustices. Nuts to him. Fundamentalist. Dislike. Overrated. We got a police state rocking here. Prosecution budget is off the charts. Liberal support is not going to go up that quickly due to all the things I'm doing that liberals dislike, like the police state. I am spending quite a bit of money on those things, but, you know, I don't know whether they'll affect or control whether I can keep running this shit as a dictator or not. Again, I've never really gotten a selection before. We'll see. An oil tanker has experienced a temporary but catastrophic failure, spilling at least 500 tons of crude oil into the sea. which threatens to contaminate several pristine beaches. The impact of the environment and tourism is anticipated to be severe. Cleaning up the spill should be a high priority to mitigate the economic impact. I was just wondering whether we would see another disaster. Let's go ahead and commit 100 million. That's what the money's in there for. Because, I mean, otherwise that money would just go to waste. And, we can... I do like to have 100 million, like, in there, saved up, but we're so close to the end of the game here. I'm just not going to bother. That $73 million is just going to end up going to charity, I think. Whatever. Glorious Leader promises ample funds to rebuild. Damn right I do. I'm a great leader. The best leader, even. Let's celebrate. Hey, Obama. Did you notice this picture of Obama, by the way? That's Obama. Let's get another drone. Let's take a look at Basenji. Yep. Yep. That's me looking awesome. Conscription is the compulsory enlistment of your citizens in a military service. It will give your armed forces additional manpower and superior technology and training are simply... No, that's not what I want for our people. I got it under control. A year after you brought a law into force, it really hasn't been a year, prohibiting public calls for separatism, your brother has discovered newfound political strength amongst the Karifi people. Last night, the following manifesto was published on his website. Last year, our glorious leader responded to your cries for a free and independent Karif by implementing draconian punishments and ignoring your concerns. I cannot, in good conscience, support this response. Our revolution promised an end of tyranny, and a better life for our children, all of our children. Karifi independence is not ours in the government to grant. It is yours to take. I salute the heroic Karifis who are striving for a free and open society that is dutiful in the old ways. A free and open society that is dutiful in the old ways? Seems contradictory. I encourage you to take to the streets and show our glorious leader that your culture and your liberty will not be suppressed. This unexpected declaration of support of separatism has polarized the divide between both cultures and also driven Farouk into the spotlight as a powerful ally of a future Karifi state. Your response to this insubordination will be closely watched by the world. If you remove Farouk from power, his Basenji and Karifi supporters will rally to oppose you, and your popularity will suffer greatly. If you tolerate this declaration, you will be opening the door for other ministers to pander to the Karif minority. In either case, civil unrest is surely going to escalate. Already there are reports of violent protests in public squares, and that small militias are blocking access to some southern territories. So I could tolerate Farouk's manifesto and commit to peaceful negotiations with the Karifi separatists. Or I could exile Farouk from Basenji and bring the full might of the army to end this unlawful insurrection. Also, our exports have expired. Spices are now the ones that are insanely valued, whereas electronics value has dipped. But this is going to carry us through to the end of the game. Most fine, just fine. I also haven't talked to our friends for quite some time. It seems that my approval ratings with them are all a little bit down.
Are you in?
Isn't that right, Train? It's okay.
Are you?
We're seeing content I've never seen before in this game.
Apologies.
Definitely interested. We have exiled Farouk. He has chosen a course of action which has positioned him as an enemy by supporting this unlawful insurrection. This foolishness. And it will not stand. Oh no. It will not stand. We will bring peace to Basenji. We wrested control this from the monarchists. We have brought stability to this country, when stability has been so desperately craved. We have made this in effect a socialist state, where people are so wonderfully supported. The GDP is strong. The economy is strong. People are well taken care of and even loved. A well-known American fast food chain wants to open its first franchise in the capital. There are concerns that Western consumerism will affect the moral fiber of our country. I don't really need the GDP bonus, but we'll allow the chain to conduct business. Patriots are a little upset, but approval with them isn't hard to gain. Also, we've got a new intelligence report about from the Emperor. Well, rather concerning him. So I've never fought Farouk with the Karifi separatists before. Narcissistic for a chicken. This might make him harder than I anticipated. Let's find out. The Basenji Gazette has a long history of pushing its luck, but recently they have published several articles that are particularly critical of the government. We're going to find the newspaper and arrest the authors of those articles. No dissent. These 17 adorable bunnies will melt your heart. So cute, quips local resident. Liberal support is continuing to dwindle. I don't have the full support, and lovely, but be redundant there, support of my people. We'll be fine. We got tanks. Wanna know how many tanks we got? A lot of tanks. Let's get some more drones, too. That's right, Train. Drones. 4 tank brigades, 4 infantry battalions watching over the borders, and 16 drones. Come on, Farouk. Come on, separatists. Try to take control of this nation from me. I've never had this strong of a military presence on Basenji before. For fuck's sakes, Train! Yes! I get it. It's, what? 6:07 a.m. Well, I mean, it's... Hold on. I thought he was done. I've never heard a train pass here that was so thoroughly generous with the horn. I would rather the conductor be generous, though, than not so. There's been a few trains that have flown by the intersection without alarming at all, and it basically just relied on you being attentive and the intersection. And so, I mean, although it's somewhat inconvenient for my recording, I do know that a number of viewers look forward to the train anyway, for your own delicious purposes. Yes, that was a particularly vindictive train, upset of all of the editing work that I've done to cut him out of this series. 9/11. Or 9/11. Basenji faces a national health crisis. Obesity rates have been growing steadily higher ever since we introduced the first bacon double cheeseburgers to the capital. If nothing is done, our lifespans will shrink and healthcare costs will grow. The people must make their own choices. Support. People must make their own choices. Hey.
Nothing but your...
How?
Excellent.
Any...
Excellent.
Everything's great. Good. Blame, unlike fresh pastries, is equally shared by all. We're pretty close to coup time. It's coup time. Let's get another tank brigade. I have so many tanks. And they're definitely eating into my income. In prior playthroughs, I would have liquidated these things and then converted them into sweet, delicious Swiss bank account money. But I'm feeling particularly malevolent with my military in this playthrough. A prominent councilman has put forward a proposal to prohibit the foreign adoption of Basenji children. This. Yeah. Get wrecked, America. Our children. They can stay in Basenji. Nothing else in regards to events. Game has definitely built up the tension here. But everything will come to a head. Now. A former advisor to the late king is in exile somewhere in Tajikistan. He appears to be in possession of some of our state secrets and could pose a threat to the success of our special projects. Oh, hey! This event can pop up before turn 12. Before you really have any capability of getting a brainwashed assassin, and you might not have picked a loyal foreign minister. Not being able to do anything about him means that your secret project progress is slowed significantly. We have strong relations, though, with this nation. Let's go ahead and ask to have him extradited for crimes against our state. Our minister has been successful in securing extradition. The advisor has been given a closed-door trial for crimes committed at the Lake King, incidents to lifetime imprisonment, or he won't be a threat any longer. Intelligence reports indicate that Farouk has fled the country with his immediate family. You hear conflicting rumors as to where he has gone and how many followed him, but you are confident you will never see your brother again. The damage, however, is done. Farouk has stoked the fires. Oh. The damage, however, is done. Farouk has stoked the fires of a restless minority, and protests have grown in size by an order of magnitude. Karifi protesters have rallied across all 3 major cities for what they are calling a Wednesday ultimatum, demanding full independence from Basenji. Clashes with police and soldiers have turned deadly in some areas, with reported instances of troops firing live ammunition into crowds of protesters. At least 45 were killed, and more than 700 were injured in a violent display of force at Ed Alha Public Park. In retaliation, Karifi protesters reportedly attacked a police station and a military airbase in the Karif province, as well as the governorate headquarters, resulting in casualties on both sides. CNN reporters are already coining this the second Basenji Revolution, giving credibility to the separatist forces. In addition to openly fighting these revolutionaries, it is absolutely essential to maintain the sympathies of both the United States and United Nations. Painting the Karifi minority as a bloodthirsty rebellion is critical to ensuring they have difficulty securing the resources necessary to wage a continued conflict against us. I'll be damned. So Farouk manages to get away instead of committing suicide in the parliamentary building after his coup fails. But he's managed to cause trouble all the same. We will fight the secessionists. What? Do you mind? I'm a bit busy here. We also did not deliver an epic speech. You deliver one whenever you're going against your brother Farouk, but that is not the case this time. What's in the box? Looks like the Karifi, Kariri revolutionaries, spelled incorrectly, don't have as many soldiers as, the Karu, come on, use your words, Grimith. As, Farouk does. But these buttons are different. And I was not prepared for these buttons. Huh. I'm seeing new content here. I was, you know, the fighting Farouk with the coup has you utilizing like all the support that you've gained from people. That's like 4 buttons easily that you press right there. And so many other different things. Like the Great Firewall matters. Here though, these are different buttons. So, we definitely do have US relations. We have UN relations too. The military loves me. I have the Presidential Guard. The Patriots definitely love me. And I definitely do have the tank battalions. Well, I don't have all of these buttons cleared, but I will be grabbing one more button. Also, I've leaned back my chair. Also, I mean, I don't need to, but I will. Give me Cyber Warfare Command. I'm not worried about that. That has not updated appropriately, but I most assuredly do have many more soldiers. Many more. Let's see whether this changed. No, not really. Looks particularly gruesome. Now, I could disband this and get a bunch of money and put it all in my Swiss bank account. But I won't focus too much on score and experience in this one, because I love the sheer brutal effect of having this many damn, units. So I'm going to go ahead and eat the cost of this, but I will put some money aside. Don't you worry about that. $560 million, that's good. I have some spending cash left in the tank. Let's go. One of your trusted cabinet advisors was arrested yesterday for public indecency at an aquarium. It's only a matter of time before the media learns of the story. What should we do? Have him released from prison. I have lost soldiers loyal to me. I'm not entirely sure whether my units are actually affecting this. And with that in mind, perhaps I should have focused on some of these different things, like infantry divisions deployed anywhere, rocket batteries, and fighter squadrons. It doesn't really look like my drones are helping here, which is frustrating. Yeah, I still have all my drones. They're not actually helping me here. Huh. Okay. Fine. Not allowed to have fun, huh? Gonna take my fun away from me? Let's see, I need 500 million. Hold on. Go ahead and disband my fun. Disbanding fun. So I can go ahead and push another damn button. What does that put me at? Not quite enough. Getting rid of my drones. Can't use them. Because of the reasons. Damn, that hurt. I didn't need to disband that many, but I did. There we go. Now I can push another button. I'm gonna win this, damn it. This is actually the fewest buttons I've ever had pushed on one of these menus before. My drones just aren't that helpful. Damn shame. Oh well. We'll figure it out. I'm not worried. Educators were sure. Oh. Political realism and war weariness has taken its toll on the Karifi separatist movement. As casualties build on both sides, you sign an uneasy ceasefire with the Karifi paramilitary groups. What? Ceasefire? Your brother Farouk disappeared when the fighting began. Some say he died fighting alongside the insurgency, others suggest that you had him killed. Truthfully, nobody knows for certain where he is. The public figures who maintained their loyalty were rewarded with key political appointments weeks prior to Basenji's first free elections. Huh. The lines as voters gathered to elect their president were packed full of proud citizens of all ages and demographics. Notably, one with an interview for the news commented that she voted for a leader with integrity and sincerity in the hopes that we can provide a fresh start for our people. The first piece of legislation tabled by Basenji's new elected president was to award you the honorific title of Glorious Leader of the People's Revolution in perpetuity. A statue of your likeness will be raised in the hall of the royal palace, like so many others. The time will tell how your legacy will be remembered. Huh. I've had that ending before. Effectively. Well, that was... I thought I'd killed, like, the elections. Also, I got the Money Talks achievement for completing the Capitalist Playground. Of course, you can see my trophies there for my 3 prior playthroughs. Considering the lack of money that I put in the wonderful, awesome account, I did not even beat my 3rd best score. Because of, well, like I noted, the lack of money I had in my Swiss bank account. Oh. That was rather anticlimactic, wasn't it? I have a look of disgust on my face. I wonder how I look in a mirror right now. Well, yeah, that was really lackluster. Very easily handled, them. I didn't even have the pleasure of Farouk dying, though. And I allowed the elections to proceed? Huh. You know, this game, like, gives you the vibe from the very store page. Oh, by the way, store page is gonna lie. They most certainly are doing it right now. I don't know what this one is, but like the idea of maybe I can not just promote democracy, but promote a dictatorship as well. Like, we had a police state, we had like severely awesome prosecutors, I had a massive military, I built the Great Firewall, I told the Grimith secessionists to get fucked. Well, I definitely saw new content. I mean, I kind of wanted to take control over the nation. At least I didn't have, like, international, like, newspapers sass-mouth me and, like, no, no, no. It was a close fight for the coup d'etat. So the game definitely did, like, throw a curveball at me, but very disappointing curveball. Anyway, yeah, I hadn't prepared for a civil war. In all honesty, I'd rather face the coup d'etat. Foresight did a bit worse than my first playthrough, and of course my second and thirds, where I banked shit tons of money. This, of course, is on normal difficulty. These two are on hard. This was my get the nuclear war achievement. So I successfully blackmailed an American ambassador, and I survived the capitalist playground scenario. There is a hidden achievement that I still don't have. These two are like the other scenarios. The achievement is so hidden that it's not actually listed normally. One of them is surviving an early coup d'etat. One of the hidden achievements, as noted, was the inside job, which I've done before and demonstrated in this one. And then another one of them I got on my first playthrough, spoiler incoming, actually involved Tariq, murdering him. He is a Karifi, and choosing to allow the vote and then rigging the vote makes him pop up and say something. And I shot him dead. It was actually an action segment, like Blade from Blade Runner, the video game. Well, man, I just can't get the lackluster feeling out of my... Wow. Well, I don't know whether I'll record this again. If I do, it most likely will be a live playthrough. We'll probably do something pertaining to maybe unstable elements again. maybe I'll also do one of the other scenarios. I might try to provoke an early coup d'etat. That hidden achievement I might go looking for. I don't know. I've also never tried entering a no-name in here before. Oh hey, it skipped all the lovely intro text. Farouk. I wonder whether I actually have enough experience points to get anything. Dude, Tariq, literally, I just played this game.
No, leave me alone.
As you wish, Excellency.
Get the fuck out of my face. You're lucky I don't shoot you. No. Go away, phone. 306 experience points would be enough to get Petroleum Theocracy. Not enough to get Hermit Kingdom, though. I'll probably have to do another 2 playthroughs. Or I could just do Doctor Strangelove a bunch of times and set the world ablaze with nukes, because that gave me a little bit of experience, too, whenever I did that. I'll go ahead and unlock Petroleum Theocracy. Sure. I definitely could have gotten more experience there, of course, if I had, just put more money in my Swiss bank account instead of devoting it to the military, but I didn't. I thought we could have something cool there, and whether we did have something cool is highly debatable. Also, Babelistan and Kalshara. I've seen both of them before. Donald again. Well, that was Rogue State. Hopefully, you folks... Well, you might end up being just as disappointed as I am, come to think of it. Yeah. I need time to process and think about this. Interested to read your feedback in the comments. If I do another playthrough, it most likely will be one that is live, broadcasted on my Hitbox channel. I think I got a full hand, a good grasp on the game after 20 hours. I think I can broadcast this just fine. Talk to you folks later. See you in a future Let's Go On With Adventure, maybe? Or maybe not. Guess it's up to you. Take care.